It's my pleasure to introduce our next Hall of Fame inductee, someone I've had the pleasure of both serving with as a director on the CBA board and later working with as the president and CEO of the association. When Colorado was ravaged by wildfires and flash floods, he was the first to make sure the association had a path to unite Colorado's broadcasters for a statewide fundraiser, netting hundreds of thousands of dollars in relief for those who were affected. And if memory serves right, I believe this gentleman was a key participant in the development of the CBA's Broadcast Education and Development Scholarship, which to date has distributed over $250,000 to Colorado's broadcasters. He's a driving force in Colorado broadcasting, guiding innovation, growth, and change. He's a respected leader known for his integrity and vision, leaving a lasting impact on Colorado's broadcast landscape. Let's take a moment to learn more about tonight's Hall of Fame inductee, Mark Cornetta.
I don't know anyone who's more passionate about broadcasting than Mark Cornetta. Mark demands excellence because as broadcasters, we have the unique opportunity, the unique responsibility to make our community better than it is today. Mark cares deeply about people and on more than one occasion has quietly shown me the true definition of friendship and compassion in the way he has truly supported others in their hour of need. So Mark, congratulations on achieving this honor and thank you for continuing to lead, to push, and most of all, to care.
I worked with Mark for more than 30 years, and when I say this guy works all the time, it's true. He is usually the first in and the last out each day. I don't know how Mark has time to be a movie buff, but he is, and he clearly remembers critical lines from so many movies. He uses these little quips to have fun at work and sometimes just break the tension. So I'll close with congratulations, Mark, it's about time, and then something he says all the time, time for milk.
One of the things I admire about Mark is his self-awareness. He knows that we learn by listening. Mark curated a platform for dialogue between media brass, journalists, and the community that is Colorado, a state longing to honor the dignity of its residents.
My name is Blair Nelson Marlin, and I have had the pleasure of working directly for Mark Cornetta since 2018. Mark is dedicated in every aspect of his life. He would do anything for journalism, our communities, his coworkers, his friends, and most importantly, his family. Mark is a competitor. He does not let up. He expects excellence, and that starts first with himself. Cheers to you, Mark. You deserve this.
I'll tell you, I'm so humbled by this and emotional at the same time. I couldn't believe when Justin called me, I thought he wanted me to just buy a table. I also think I'm probably in a third category. All the gentlemen that preceded me have great hair. I'm not an expert in this area, as you can tell. But maybe I'm in the bald category. I want to recognize all the honorees this evening and congratulate them. I know many of them, certainly seen the plaques with some that are no longer with us. It's an honor to be included in this group. I'm truly humbled by it. I want to thank Don Perez, Tim Dietz, and Tim Ryan for nominating me. From time to time, you get these nominations, and I put out a note like, who can we nominate for this? Who's really deserving? Little did I know they were working behind the scenes to do this. When I arrived in Denver back in 1984, I was an account executive thinking I might stay here for a year or two, get some experience, and move back to New York, which is where I'm from. Who knew 41 years later I'd still be here? I started at KCNC, and a few years later I moved over to KUSA, and it's a move that changed my life. I think about all the things that I've been able to do for the last 38 years working at KUSA, and probably the most memorable to me is serving the community, making a difference. It's the one thing that I think all of us as broadcasters have in common, and it's the one thing I'm probably most proud of about what we do as broadcasters. I came up through the sales ranks, and for the past 20 years, I've been fortunate to be the president and general manager at 9 News. Along the way, had some opportunities corporately to work with other broadcasters around the country, just to have a front row seat to what broadcasters are doing and all the many challenges that we're dealing with. I was blessed to work with the Colorado Broadcasters Association on the board, where I served and represented all the broadcasters throughout the state, and I'm really proud of that. I'm probably most proud of, we're all competitors here, but the thing I'm most proud of is the way that we work together when we really need to do something that matters. And back in 2009, the television broadcasters went through the transformation to digital. And I remember working with many of the broadcasters that are here, Byron, Grandy. We worked collaboratively to make sure that that was a successful transition. And that's one of the things I'm most proud of. Today, we're faced with a great many more challenges. I think we all know the advent of digital has brought on a great many things and invited a great many folks into our business, technology companies that are much better able to fund what they're doing. And so there are a great many challenges for broadcasters today. We see some changes on the horizon, however, and I'm hopeful that regulatory changes will actually give our industry a chance to remain healthy, and also give our broadcast journalists a platform where they can really work for their communities. I'm working behind the scenes to champion all these things, and it's something that we should all be concerned about as we move forward. I'm optimistic, though. Of course, none of this would be possible without the many people that I've been fortunate to work with. My team at 9 News is tremendous. They're friends, they're colleagues, they're passionate, they're hardworking, and they're extremely talented. I feel blessed to be able to go to work every day, to have that group of people with me. It's truly a blessing. And finally, as we all know, these jobs can take us away from family. We spend a great deal of time, at the office or in the community doing things in the evenings, on weekends. And I have a very supportive family. My wife, Lori, who's here this evening, my daughter, Claire. I've missed a lot of things over the years, but they've been my foundation. And tonight, I consider this award as much theirs as it is mine. So I want to thank everybody. As I said, I'm humbled to be here, and thank you, and God bless.